And so that should be a bipartisan cause. Create fair markets, fair systems, get rid of the hyper-bureaucracy, make it easier for innovators and entrepreneurs to innovate and to create them tomorrow. Now I'm over my time, I want to finish with a story. Because I'm in love with a couple things. I'm in love with the arts, and I'm in love with tech and innovation. So why am I doing what I'm doing? I don't know. But God, going to Stanford in the 90s, late 80s, it was so exciting to be in Silicon Valley during that period. But I want to end with a story about that because my dad was born poor. And if he was here, he'd heckle me. He said, don't tell those innovators that I was poor. Tell them the truth. I was Po, P-O. I couldn't afford the other two letters. He was poor in the South. And this is the story I want to end on. Single mother. I have my whole family tree now. Back into slavery, it was all poverty. Single mother's poverty till my dad. 1936, he was born, and his mother couldn't take care of him. He found that, I call it a conspiracy of love. People taking care of him in the community, sent him off to college, got the money from a church collection plate to enroll in North Carolina Central and HBCU, ended up here in Washington. To people who are committed to fairness. This is why all this stuff about diversity and equity and inclusion, it bothers me. There was a tech company at the time that was like, we need to make sure that when we're looking for the most qualified people, we have an applicant pool that really is representing all the people. So they were looking for people that graduated from HBCUs to say, hey, let's find actually the best merit system. And my dad became IBM's first black salesman. A tech company changed his destiny. At the dawn of the computer age, where there was this incredible triumphant, a special American thing that now China's trying to do. It was this combination between academia, why the hell are we cutting science and research to academia, cutting overhead costs? It's killing the goose that's laying the golden egg. It was academia, it was government doing things right, funding research around mainframes and more, using top innovations to keep our country safe and strong, and it was industry, it was entrepreneurs that were getting it done. It was an exciting time, and here is this kid who gets a job with that company. But my dad tells me about the arts. He says, I couldn't believe it. When I was a kid in a segregated balcony, I watched this show about a guy who was in this place that looked like a different planet. It was, for a kid in rural South, it was a place that had all these big buildings. It was Manhattan. And the guy was getting by on his salesmanship because he was just nice and kind and could talk to anybody and was successful. And so my dad gets hired by IBM. Those are the professional traits he admired. And next thing you know, he is IBM's, one of their top global salesmen. He's in their 5%, the IBM Golden Circle.